is your favorite sound?
My man moaning. Okay.
What is your birth name and your job title?
My birth name is Lesego Tlhabi. No, it's Lesoko Tlhabi. What was the second question? I don't even remember.
Job title.
Oh, I don't know. I want to say content creator / satirist / writer / author / sometimes DJ / actress.
How do you self-identify and what are your preferred pronouns?
I self-identify as a girl, lady, woman, black, and my pronouns are she, her, musari, I don't know, yeah.
Describe the environment in which you grew up.
I grew up in a very comfortable environment, a very loving environment. My parents were married until I was about 16, so lots of family holidays, I have one sister that's like my age range-ish, and then a few siblings that are babies, so I didn't grow up with them. But yeah, very happy, very supported, we did a lot of things together, which was great. And we still do. I mean, not there for of us because there's other husbands and wives, but yeah, that's all. Very comfortable, very happy, very well traveled.
What was your first job?
Okay, internship-wise, I was the traffic assistant at 702. So my job was to answer phone calls and get traffic incidents from people, the listeners, and give them to the traffic reader. It was not the most fun, but I had to do it because I dropped out of school. So my mom was like, you're not going to just drop out and sit at home, you're going to go work. My first paid job was I was assistant content producer at The Entertainment. That was my first paid job.
How much were you paid for your first job?
I think it was like 15,000 a month. Before tax, imagine. Anyway, it's different now.
What is the question you are most asked that you hate answering?
Maybe tell me about yourself, and also when are you getting married? I hate those two questions because it's none of your business. And also, tell me about yourself. I don't know how to answer that question. I'm always like, I'm always like, well, I'm a girl and I like flowers and walks on the beach. So it's a very awkward question for me to answer. I don't know how to answer it. And then, yeah, the other one, when are you dying? It's none of your business. So, yeah.
What questions do you get asked that men in your field never have to consider?
I don't think I can remember a question, but most of the time people are surprised by funny women. So I hate that. Like female comedian also is like a term because the standard is that males are comedians. So I hate it when people are surprised by how funny women are or how funny I am, even though I'm a woman. Yeah, I don't think men have to contend with that. People automatically assume because they've decided to be a comedian that clearly they know what they're doing.
Describe briefly your career journey.
So I was born, can you imagine how long that would be? Well, I worked at Vuzu, like I said, as a content producer. Did a couple of content producing jobs on a couple of little entertainment shows, script writing, and then was doing these videos like once every 6 months, but just for my friends on Instagram. And then someone suggested I put it on Facebook, which I was like, and make it public, or YouTube. And my response was fuck no, because I didn't want people to judge or critique, or like, it was just a funny thing I was doing for my friends. But then one day, I don't know what happened, I just did. And that was 2 years ago maybe. So it's kind of been a 2-year thing of like 100 people watching, 200 people watching, 1,000 followers, wow. And then the ENCA video happened this year. Then there was just like a spiral of opportunities afterwards. And that's where I am today, a published author.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Exactly this. Honestly, I've had entertainment dreams my whole life. I was always the kid making people watch me perform. I was always doing little plays with my sister, making her characters she didn't want to be. So I was always going to be a performer. I was always going to be a comedian. I always wanted to write a book. Like exactly what's happening now has been my dream since I was 3. Singing was in there somewhere. It got lost. And I also don't think I can sing as well as I could. But I can try. But yeah, it was going to be this, always.
If authenticity is such a big draw, Why are there so many people not capitalizing on their individuality?
I think when people see something is successful or someone is successful, they usually think they have to do that same formula in order to make it. So I remember when Bonang was first a presenter, then suddenly everybody was presenting like this and it was not working because it's her signature, it was her thing. Then there was a couple of YouTube video people starting comedy stuff. Then they kind of had like a similar theme as well, a similar way of doing things. So I think people are scared of being themselves because they think, okay, but this is what works, so I have to do this, not knowing that it works because it's on that person. But also, to be fair, there is a lot in this country, maybe actresses also who looked the same, models who look the same. So people will say authenticity sells, but then sometimes brands and TV companies and stuff like that will use the same people where you start feeling like, actually, is it? Or are they just saying this because, being inclusive is on trend right now? But actually, are they inclusive if nobody actually looks different? You have the same 6 girls circulating a lot of the same different TV shows. So yeah, when you're different looking, you have to actually be even better than. You have to really break the mold to be included. Because when I first started this journey, I came back wanting to be an actress. I didn't want to get into behind the scenes on TV. I just ended up there. But someone told me, well, you're going to be competing, with the minis and the boities and the whoever's, and you're not like them, so you're going to have a really hard time. And I was just like, well, no, I'm talented, I'm funny, I've studied this my whole life, I've done dancing, musical theater in New York, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, we get it. But in South Africa, it's not that they're not talented, but you're also going to struggle even more because there's talent and looks, and you only have one. So I had to be exceptional and groundbreaking and do something different in order to be noticed by brands or for them to want to use my type to sell stuff. So yeah, there's double-edged sword with authenticity, but like, for real? Yeah. But hire me. Still available for brand work.
How do you respond to people referring to you being the first or there being a first? Is it a distraction or an important indicator of how far we've come?
I think it's a really important indicator of how far we still need to go. Because if we're still experiencing the first in 2019, like the first black this, the first plus size this, then I think it shows how little we've gotten from where we need to be. So yeah, I don't think it's an achievement to be the first anything. Do better.
Describe a positive experience in which you learned the power of collaboration with other women.
The first time I ever collaborated with other women actually in this space was on Wednesday at the roast of Solly Philander. So he insisted on an all-female roasting panel, which is the first time that's ever happened. And it was the first time in my space I actually worked with other women, because I've worked with other guys before, and the first comedy show I did, I was the host, but all the comedians were men. So this was really amazing because we had different age ranges. I mean, there's Mel, I'm not going to roast him, but Mel was like 50. And then all the way down to like Lihle, who's a year younger than me. I think she's like 29 or 30. So it was really cool because everybody was different stages of their comedy career. Like I'm the newbie in terms of that. Then you've got legends, but everybody was so supportive. As the host as well, I was freaking out. Like literally minutes before, I was just like, guys, never mind. I was joking. And they're like, no, you're good, you're brilliant, we love what you do, just be confident in yourself. Do you think there are men sitting out there thinking, oh, I ain't good enough, or why was I chosen? There's a reason. John knows your work, Solly knows your work, it's not by chance. So get the fuck out there and own it. And it was just like this, I hate using the word sisterhood because whatever, but it really was. And even now, going forward to my book launch, I'm using some of the females that I met I don't want to give it away, but they'll be at the book launch. We're collaborating further, so yeah.
What has been the steepest learning curve?
People are going to criticize you whether you're doing good or bad, so do it anyway. And also, people are really fucking mean. People are disgusting. So yeah, that's been the steepest learning curve, is to block the noise, because 2 months before the ENCA video came out, I did another video, I can't remember what it was about, but the backlash from certain people was quite intense, Black Twitter or whatever. So I wanted to stop. I told my mom, I was like, cool, thank you for the opportunity, back to TV I go, because I can't. But if I did, then I wouldn't be here now. So the biggest learning curve has been block the bullshit. And I won't say haters, because I don't think anyone wakes up to choose me to hate on. I think people are just hateful. So, and also because I don't like everybody who performs. I don't like all the comedians, but I don't go out of my way to tag them and say, oh my God, your shit is whack, drop out, and also I'm gonna kill you, whatever. So I also know that people who take the time to be like that have got deeper issues than my work. So yeah, just learn to, because I'm getting paid. Sorry.
What in your career are you doing to keep the door open for those who come after you?
The door is closed. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I can't yet because I'm still going at the door. So I can't be like, but a lot of people like the Black Wendy, Sobantu who does THEMBE, you know, we're a little video community on the outskirts of comedy, but not quite. So very supportive to each other. Like you'll see comments on all the videos, and not because we're just like, LOL, just gotta leave the laughing emojis, but genuinely because people are funny, people are doing interesting things out there, and it's a very difficult thing to take stuff from internet to actual work. So I don't know what I'm doing specifically, but I'm a hype man for a lot of people who are doing this type of thing and for other comics. So I try.
How do you define success?
It's a lot of things, but for me, it would be living comfortably and being able to travel, because that's my favorite thing in the world. As you see, my item is a passport. So traveling has been my greatest teacher, my greatest experience. I lived outside South Africa for 3 years. So anything that I could do to continue traveling will be my success. But also because my job has a lot to do with teaching people and sort of inciting change and things like that, I really enjoy when people come to me and say like, wow, I actually didn't think of it this way, thank you, and I'm taking a step back and I'm reevaluating how I view the world or how I view things. And also some people who come with really sad stories about being in a dark place or depressed and feeling like my work makes them happy or gives them light at the end of a dark week. So success is all those things, making people happy, making people learn and change and grow, and making coin.
Best money tips you've ever received?
Don't get a credit card. And if you do, don't buy things you can't afford to pay back immediately. Get a banker. Like, don't think you know it unless you are a banker yourself. And even then, bankers have bankers. So get somebody, a money person who's going to guide you when you get the big checks, because getting one big check, buying a big car or a house or whatever is really dumb. Learn how to make the money long, because especially if you're a freelancer, it doesn't come every day, every month, you know. Things, sometimes it goes a few months or a few weeks without anything. So just learn how to be smart with your money, but don't buy things you can't afford. There's no point in flashing for other people who are not going to be there when you're eating pap and mohodu, or pap and eggs. I hate them both, but anyway, for dinner. So yeah. Oh my God, they're gonna get me for mohodu, guys, I swear. I'm not a coconut. And I don't care.
What are your daily rituals that remind you or bring you closer to your truest self?
Alcohol, no. I don't know. I don't have a daily ritual. I don't have a spirituality thing. I don't really pray. I don't have a relationship like that with God. I believe in something. I don't meditate. I don't have a daily ritual. Maybe being with my mom, maybe that. We speak and we hang out like every night that I'm not at a man's house. So maybe that's a daily ritual, just getting affirmation from her. If I'm sad, getting support or comfort from her. Maybe that's the only thing I do daily.
Describe your safe landing spaces. Who are you going to call at 2 a.m. to help you bury a body?
Well, the first time I had to bury a body, I called my boyfriend. Then he went to jail for the murder, so I haven't seen him since. But if I had to do it again, I would call my mom. Maybe even this current boyfriend, feeling like maybe it's time to replace, you know, every time they go to jail. But my mom probably, because she answers the phone at that time. My boyfriend sleeps dead. There are actually a few people I could call. I'll call my best friend too, because she was probably with me when we killed the person. Yeah. But my mom would turn me in afterwards. Actually, maybe not her, because she'd want to do the right thing. But yeah, those are the 3 people I call if I'm in trouble. My best friend, my boyfriend, my mom.
What do you do to maintain and protect your mental, physical, and emotional health?
Well, physical health, boxing, which actually kind of goes into my mental and emotional health as well, because obviously endorphins, blah, blah, blah. But for real, like when you feel good and you look better, or you whatever, you know, not even for thinness sake, but just for health's sake, you feel good, you honestly feel good, deeper levels. But I mean, again, my mom is just that person. She's very spiritual. So she's always got a verse ready, and not necessarily like a Bible verse, like Josiah, is it Josiah? I don't know. But she's very like, you know, Deepak Chopra-y, Iyanla, whatever, those kind of quotes. And she's always there with positive reinforcements. Also, again, teaching me how to block the noise. So that's probably where I go for my place of comfort. Sometimes just my room alone with music. Music has taken me through a lot of, I have actually a few tattoos dedicated to what music has done for me, but yeah, it's taken me out of some very deep, dark places, like when I wanted to drop out of school, like when people have left some disgusting comments, when people have died. Yeah, probably my room alone with music.
What is the thing that you have been saying you are going to do that you haven't yet? What is stopping you?
I mean, I feel like I've hit all my 2019 career milestones. The last thing I want to do is be on radio. So that's the real thing I really want to get into, like have a proper radio show. And what's stopping me is no one's hiring me. I have a really good voice though, if you listen to this video, or so call me.
If heaven exists, if you believe, what would you like to hear God say when you reach the pearly gates?
Here's a hunter's drive.
What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck. Fucking.
What is your favorite word?
Probably babes. I say babes all the time. Babes. Thank you, babes.
What is your least favorite word?
Moist. It's disgusting.
If you could live anywhere else on the continent, where would you live?
Cape Town.
What is your favorite sound?
My man moaning. Okay.
What is your least favorite sound?
Probably babies crying in an enclosed space. So like a plane, a concert, a wedding. Just that.
When did you first know that you could make people laugh?
No, I don't know. Forever. I've always been like the class clown. I've always made my family laugh. Which is a blessing and a curse, because sometimes people will, if I'm having a bad day and I just want to like, people will be like, girl, you already made us laugh here, what's going on? And I'm like, well, because I don't feel like laughing myself. Can you leave me alone? But forever I've been soups funny.
What are you going to do when we get the land back?
Host a bride? We're not getting the land back, guys. Let it go. Let it go. So, no point in dreaming.
Hi, my name is Manchester MAHLABA, and I'm a creative producer and a writer. And I also love films, so yeah, there's that. So the items I bought with me today, firstly is a stack of DVDs. Yes, I am a hoarder of DVDs. In 2019, Fourth Industrial Revolution hasn't gotten to me yet. But this is very important because I remember the first time I walked into a cinema. I was 10 years old. They just opened up Ster-Kineko in Polokwane at Savannah Mall. And the first, we were in grade 3. No, grade 3, yeah. We're in grade 3 and we're going on a school trip. First time walking into a cinema and you see the beautiful lights. And you see like the actors and you're like, how do they know that they're supposed to be there? How do they know like they're supposed to know their words? And that's the first time I kind of fell in love with storytelling and the world of make-believe.